conference Barry Silver in, and I said, well, we don't need you to get us Barry Silver. But anyway, Barry Silver's on the line with Al the John. And apparently Barry Silver, Al tells me, is going to comment on this story of Planned Parenthood selling baby parts.
That sounds great.
So now,
whoa, before you do anything.
Yes.
Since I control the show, it's a great opportunity to talk with Barry Silver. Barry is a good guest when he takes a breath to let the other person get a word in.
He'll take a breath.
I'd like you to take Al the John out of this.
Al will not talk, but they're on the same phone line.
If you understand that, Al, I don't want to hear a word from you. Let's welcome back an old friend of the Steve Kane Show, Barry Silver. Barry, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Steve?
It's been a long time. You've had babies since I saw you, right?
They're not quite babies anymore. One was just bar mitzvah.
Oh, my, come on. No, tell me that. That means it's been 13 years?
I can see that you are an expert in Judaism. That's correct.
Well, I'm also in math, too. It's great. Anyway, you wanted to comment on this shining moment that Planned Parenthood had this week where they talked about, what was it, 30, it was like, I thought I was reading the list like my wife gives me to go out to the store to buy chicken parts. The breasts are 30 cents, and this one's $60, $10, or $50. Tell us a little bit about the sale of body parts. I'm kind of curious.
Okay. Well, actually, I was informed by Al that you might have been looking for me to comment.
That's good. All right.
I apologize for intruding.
Don't worry about it.
But it's Al who's intruding. You're never intruding.
No, you're not intruding at all. You're welcome anytime, by the way. Go ahead.
I appreciate that. Actually, what you're saying in jest is obviously in jest. This is not one of the shining moments of Planned Parenthood, and that's why the head of Planned Parenthood apologized for what happened. But it does show that if you take someone and send them in to infiltrate pretty much any organization often enough, eventually you'll find what you want and find something.
Let me ask you a question. I'm so glad to have you here because it's hard to get, usually I'm talking to morons like Al and John, so I've got somebody knowledgeable here. When you heard that, of course, if you heard it without titles or anything, it's indecipherable. You can't really understand it because the recording's so bad. But when you read what this lady, who was the head doctor, I understand, of Planned Parenthood, when you read what she said about the cost on parts and what they're looking for, and they need hearts all the time.
And they can perform the abortion in a way to preserve certain parts of the body.
I'm not going to ask you what you thought. I'm going to ask you, what was your gut feeling when the first time you heard that? What did you feel in the pit of your stomach?
I thought a few different things. One is that I was pretty mortified to hear the very clinical way that this was described. And on the other hand, I was also felt like this is what happens when you send a sting operation in often enough. You'll find what you want. You're trying to sabotage or destroy someone.
This is a big person.
Eventually you'll be able to do it.
This is the head doctor of Planned Parenthood. I mean, she wasn't a flip. I mean, it was an extended conversation.
No, it definitely wasn't a flip. It was something that it definitely revealed how she feels in a clinical way. But, if you were to send people into listen to the military describe an operation like in Fallujah, or where the people are being killed, they'll tell you in a very clinical way about civilians being killed, and eventually you'll realize, but
what's the difference there is a difference between this and Fallujah, isn't there? I mean, the part that's the same is that in Fallujah people get killed, and in this instance with abortion the baby gets killed. But I mean, other than that, what is the similarity? I'm trying to follow your analogy.
The similarity is that the body parts are used to preserve life. These body parts, which I find revolting and which I don't appreciate the way they describe it either, but the reason why they're talking about preserving organs is in order to save lives.
Barry, hold on. That's not what they were talking about. The guy came in, and it was a sting operation, just like John Gotti, and Abscam and these things, okay? It was a sting operation, no doubt about that. But he specifically asked her, if we had a need for certain body parts, can you have your doctors perform an abortion in a certain way to preserve certain body parts? And she said yes. And you're an attorney. Isn't that a federal law against doing what she was discussing while she was filling her mouth with food over lunch?
That was the lovely touch.
You understand why they're preserving body parts?
Yeah, because she's a sick, twisted Eichmann.
Because there's money in it.
She's like Dr. Mingala.
No, that's not why. They're doing that to save lives. Fetal research and fetal tissue is used to save lives. They use these parts to save lives. And the way she was talking about it, obviously, is offensive. And you know,
if the thing that strikes me as I listen to you, when you say they use the body part to save lives, that implies that they're taking a part from a living person, because you can't put it, the way you picture an abortion, when it's over, you know, it's about, you know, killing, it's like, you know, eliminating a life. Isn't this kind of a concession, an admission, as it were, that these children are actually alive? You couldn't transplant a dead body part. If the baby was dead...
Really, you could make cells out of certain cells or certain microbes and use those.
Barry, let me tell you where there's a conflict with let me tell you
why that the entity is a living human being. But obviously it is incipient life. It is potential life.
Well,
let me ask Barry, let me tell you where the conflict is from Dr. Mingala here at Planned Parenthood. And by the way, in that statement Planned Parenthood released, she didn't say they fired her.
Yeah, there were no consequences.
Right. Well, the consequence doesn't happen instantly, so we don't know.
Well, she didn't say so. But Barry, here's where the conflict is. It's illegal to sell organs from adults to, like, for example, my family can't sell my organs to donate them. Doctors that treat people in motorcycle accidents can't sell their organs. The reason is then they have a vested interest in the patient dying. And we don't want them to have an interest in the patient dying. So Dr. Mingala over here at Planned Parenthood, she has a vested interest in the abortion happening. So it seems that she has an interest in...
She has a pecuniary.
Yeah, she has an interest in coaxing women to make a certain choice.
Yeah, when you kind of farm your own argument, when you refer to people as Mengele, because when you compare this to the Holocaust, you're just silly.
When you're sitting around eating lunch and laughing while you have food in your mouth about dismembering babies, that's pretty gross.
I mean, listen, let me ask you about that, because that's a part of it. It was not just what she said, but it was the atmosphere, the fact that they were at lunch and she was dining while talking about body parts like she was talking about, tea and crumpets or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
a lot of doctors describe things in those terms, and a lot of military people do, and a lot of people who are used to doing that all the time describe things in those terms. So when the public hears it, rightly so.
Excuse me, Barry, not selling body parts.
So wait. So you keep coming back to the military analogy. So you really equate the unborn child with somebody who's shot
Muhammad Atta.
Not just the military. You listen to doctors talking about operations and leaving people, after the operation, this is what's going to happen to you. And
what you're saying is they get what you're saying is doctors get desensitized. Isn't that what you're saying?
And sometimes they have no bedside manner.
Okay, so if it was just poor bedside manner, why is the president from Planned Parenthood apologizing if it's just poor bedside manner?
It's not just poor bedside manner. The doctor who talks in those terms, or a military person who talks clinically or casually about civilians being killed, also should be chastised.
Barry, I want to, we're at... Go ahead.
Let me just tell you one thing.
I'll give you the last word here. Go ahead.
My child was watching the interview, and he said, why are they getting so upset? These body parts are going to be used to save lives. He said it in a way that he shouldn't have said, but why are people getting so bent out of shape about it? These parts are going to be saving lives. Why don't they look at
Wow.
That to me is the scariest part of this whole...
Dr. Mingala was doing research to save lives.
So what you're saying is you have passed your own personal, what would I say, lack of empathy with the unborn child. You passed it on to your 13-year-old son?
Passed on objectivity, which you seem to lack when it comes to Planned Parenthood.
Hey,
I want to say sometime and realize that Planned Parenthood has prevented more abortions into their organization in the world by treating and practicing and teaching contraception.
All right, listen, I want much. Also, I want to compliment you on the fact that you've mellowed a little bit, and we can actually have a back and forth discussion. I appreciate your courtesy, and anytime you want, you have an open ticket to the Steve Kane Show, especially now that you've calmed down and we can maybe talk a little more rationally. And it's been a pleasure having you. All right.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you too.
And by the way,
my friend,
let me ask you one other question. The fact that they do this up to 17 weeks, that's 5 months. You now that you're a father, and now that you went through the pregnancy thing with your wife, and during the pregnancy, I remember, I remember this. You watch the child grow, you watch it develop. You know what a child looks like at 5 months,